Hey, I see you got your guitar out there. You working on anything special today?
Actually, it's funny you ask. I've been practicing some jingles that I'm writing for used car salesmen.
Oh, okay. Got anything you'd like to share today?
Oh, sure. Here, take a listen.
I like this. It's like a guy, shopping for a car, right?
Yeah, it's like he's just sort of walking up to the lot, not really sure what he wants.
Okay, cool. Oh, is this the same commercial?
Yeah, see, it's like a very artistic car commercial because he accidentally finds out there's one parking spot, there's a puddle, but that puddle is actually a gateway to an alternate dimension. And then he gets out of the dimension, obviously.
Okay, thank God. Jesus.
He decides, you know what, I'd rather take my bike.
Yeah, no, maybe he doesn't need a car.
Yeah. It's a very different car commercial,
Yes, one would say maybe even counterintuitive, but nonetheless inventive.
Nonetheless, and you need some counterintuitive music for a counterintuitive commercial.
Some would say bad music.
Yeah, I worked really hard. I listened to a lot of free jazz,
Yes.
And I actually watched a documentary about the subject. And one of the composers said, it really struck a chord with me. He said, some people think music's all about melody and things that sound good and make a tune. But really music is about finding the notes that don't go together.
It's very, very apt.
Right?
But, and on that note...
Yeah. What?
Well, I thought you were going to start.
Oh, right. Sorry. Anyway, on that note, welcome to episode 23 of Bonus Features with Alex and Robert. I'm Alex.
I'm Robert.
And we're going to talk about movies and maybe some other stuff. But first, our 2-minute pointless interlude about sports.
Alex, did you see the Grand Slam heard round the world?
This is the problem. I honestly watch about maybe 12 games a year before the playoffs, just randomly. And of course, I never see the cool ones when you pick and choose like that. But right. I heard, and boy, did I miss out.
I was close to shutting it off. I was actually about to put in... I had Black Rain queued up on my Xfinity. I'm like, all right, it's bottom of the ninth. There's, bases are empty. Like, you know what? Fuck it. I want to punish myself. Let's see what happens. But lo and behold, oh man, you get that infield single, you get 2 hit batters, and now it's a fucking ball game. And fuck man, like some of that shit just is, it's indescribable how like crazy that is. And boy was I glad I didn't pop in Black Rain too soon, though it was a good movie.
And we'll get to that later. But yeah, I hear you. It must have been, I can imagine. Mm-hmm. I heard it was awfully exciting, and of course I missed it.
David Bodie, man, let's get started on that statue in left center.
Other than that, I've got nothing. Oh, what's your friend something? The guy for the Bears,
Roquan Smith.
He
signed. Thank God. Because
and it sounds like he's really happy and thrilled to be there, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, it sounded like he kind of just was the whole time, and that CAA was kind of using him.
No, I was being sarcastic.
Why? How so?
I don't know. It's just like, oh yeah, you know what? I'm not sure I want to be here. Let's work out my contract.
No, that's not what happened though. It sounded like he wanted to play and that his agent was fucking him over. Like his agent it sounded like his agent was using him as like not an example, but like they were trying to do something with him that they could get done with, like I forgot what it was, but it's something about the shitty behavior clause, like on the field and off the field. And like I guess for the word on the street is that like Roquan Smith like didn't really care about that, but like whoever his agent is was like really hell bent on like, no, we got to do this so that future players can do this. He's like, I just want to fucking play football.
All right, so it's just agent bullshit. And
that's what it sounds like.
All right,
Roquan Smith sounds like a cool dude, and
yeah, I mean he's
gonna help us win.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe not this year.
Sounds like he's ready to play some football.
Yeah, he missed Bourbonnais, so maybe he won't be that useful this year. But he's got some raw talent,
Yeah, I mean that's just the Bears' way, though, for us to fuck up something.
Fucking McCaskey's, man.
Yeah,
come on.
I mean that's what I think. It's just that I think it's somehow I don't know why. I'm blaming the Bears organization on this one.
Yeah.
Even though it could be the agent's fault.
Well, no,
I'm just a negative Nancy.
I agree with you too. Like, a lot of people are pissed at the Bears organization because, like, there's part of me that's like, do you want to fucking win?
Yeah.
Then I don't care what the fucking contract is. Sign him.
Yeah.
Like, he's gonna help you win games. He's that good. So, like, I don't get. Oh God.
Well, yeah. So there's some shit going on, but now Roquan Smith is indeed a Bear.
He is a Chicago Bear.
Bears.
Thank God he's a Bear.
Yeah.
But that's it for sports. You got anything else or no? We talked MMA-ish last week.
I mean, it's just the same old. We know that Conor Khabib is gonna fight. Is gonna be a fight. Mm-hmm. It's happening. Darren Till will probably miss weight again. Who knows?
Yeah. You might be right. We're probably right.
Well, he's fighting Woodley, and he's he's huge for 170.
Yeah,
and he missed weight, I think, at least once or twice.
Yeah, I think I'm.
One of them was the fight where he beat this guy Wonderboy Thompson.
Yeah,
and he missed weight in that fight, but that was pretty much the fight that got him this title shot.
I'd say it's a safe bet that he misses weight.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. And then we can just get it's like, just give us Colby Covington versus Tyron Woodley. That's what we all want. Mm-hmm. So hopefully we'll get that. And that's it for sports. Now we move on to what this podcast is actually about.
Yes, the movie stuff.
Movies and stuff. So first up...
TV stuff as we start out.
Oh yeah, that's right. This time we're doing some TV. Ooh. So... Up first is Alex Garland has a project that got ordered by FX. It's called Devs. And would you like to tell the people what it's about?
I would. In Devs, which will be produced by FX Productions, a young computer engineer, Lily, investigates the secretive development division of her employer, a cutting-edge tech company based in San Francisco, which she believes is behind the disappearance of her boyfriend. And you said something to me which I actually supremely agreed with when we were talking about this, and that was...
Oh, the thing about the circle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, this show sounds like The Circle, but way better.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't remember or don't know The Circle, because there's a very good chance you don't know or remember because it was kind of forgettable and looked bad. There's a movie called The Circle, and it was about a company that was essentially... It's supposed to be a Google.
Yeah.
And there's this weird stuff happening to one of the employees, for instance, without her telling anyone who works there. Her dad's sick. You know, Tom Hanks, who's the CEO character, I think. He says, "Oh, I heard about your father." And she kind of says, "What?"
Yeah, yeah.
You know? Like, how the hell did you know that?
Big Brother type stuff.
Yeah, Big Brother type stuff, invasion of privacy. But this basically sounds like what that movie should have been.
Yes.
Because I thought, you've got an idea that's right, you know, just asking to be a thriller.
Mm-hmm. Right. And I think that's what this show is definitely shaping up to be. And if Alex Garland, his work has shown anything, it's that he is pretty damn formidable in the thriller genre, specifically tech-based thrillers or like science fiction-y based thrillers.
Well, no kidding with Ex Machina, especially.
Oh, yeah. But even like Annihilation, which I know you have since kind of looked back on and saying like,
I mean, no, it's still good.
Yeah,
it's still plenty good. It's just
there's a lot of problems with the story.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that just don't make sense to me. Mm-hmm. But overall, I think it's a good movie. And
it doesn't shake my confidence in his ability to tell a story within the tech fiction genre, you know?
The other thing is, think about this. So, you know, TV shows are much more dialogue-driven, I would say, than movies, for instance. Mm-hmm. Or at least now.
Ooh, I think I know where you're going with this.
I think since he's so good at writing dialogue, it'll make better TV than basically... I don't give a shit if this is a bold statement, but basically better than everything else on TV. Because the problem we have with TV is filler. Mm-hmm. And almost all hour-long drama shows have it. And with him, there's no wasted words.
No, especially in, Ex Machina is probably, the dialogue in that is real sharp.
The Ava sessions.
Oh, yeah.
Those are incredible works of dialogue.
Oh, yeah.
So I think if he carries that, that sharpness over, it'll make for some great TV.
I'd say so, for sure. I think this is definitely one to watch. And I thought he'd be doing a movie next, but It looks like he's coming to the dark side. He's going TV on us.
Yeah, boo. But maybe yay, because it could be good.
It could very well be good.
So boo yay.
Boo yay, yes.
Boo yay.
All right, would you like to take the next one or me?
Well, let's see.
You took the first one.
Okay, so we got Doom Patrol.
Yes, we got some Doom Patrol news.
So that's the show that's going to be on the DC Universe streaming service.
Mm-hmm.
They've actually, this surprised me, they've cast someone as Cyborg. Not as Robot Man, as Cyborg. Which is interesting because everyone noted that Cyborg was missing from Titans.
He sure was.
So for those of you asking where he is, apparently he will be on Doom Patrol. So and he's being played by
Joivan Wade, I think is how
Joivan Wade. I don't know if that's correct. Joivan. I don't know. It's Joivanwade.
Let us have it in the comment section. How bad did we fuck up this kid's name?
Tell us how we fucked up his name. And
yes.
If possible, link us to one of those videos that, says how you're supposed to say it.
It's probably Yanny is the pronunciation.
No, it's Laurel.
Yes. No, you're right. It is Laurel. But anyway.
Right.
Joivan Wade is cast as Cyborg on Doom Patrol. Okay, interesting. Yeah, my biggest question was, where's Robot Man? And also, I guess this kind of...
He could still be cast, though.
Right. He could be. And that's the other thing is, like, does this, in your mind, kind of quasi-confirm the interplay between Titans and Doom Patrol on the DC Universe
That's exactly
network?
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I would imagine it would. Although, because Beast Boy, I'm pretty sure at some point was also a member of Doom Patrol.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those teams where it's interchangeable, especially over time, and that just naturally happens. It's like, how many of the Avengers in the comics were X-Men? And God knows.
Oh, man, a lot.
Yeah.
Spider-Man was an Avenger at the time.
It's basically a meaningless title at this point. It's like, hey, the writers just say, who do we have? Yeah, let's throw these people together. Okay, they're now the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, right. It's like, Plastic Man was a Justice League person,
Yeah, well, especially with DC, everyone's been a Justice League member at one point or another.
Right. Yeah.
The only guy I can think of who wasn't, deep cut time people, Richard Dragon.
Wow, that is.
Can we get that guy on some shows and shit?
Yeah, man.
Those comics were so good. Correction, apparently there was a version of Richard Dragon on Arrow. It was just the Ricardo Diaz incarnation of the character rather than the original Richard Dragon.
He could fit into the Arrowverse a little bit. Or maybe...
he'd work perfectly in the Arrowverse.
Oh yeah, because they got assassins and shit flying around.
All right, but we're just getting too nerdy for normies,
right.
So let's just get back to the normie nerdy stuff.
Joivan Wade was in the first Purge, which I saw recently. Did not review on this podcast because it wasn't worth it. It was a piece of shit.
Yeah, but it looked bad.
But he was fine in it. He was actually so good in it that didn't know he was British, which I know that's like a lot of British English people can pull off an American accent, but he really, really did fooled me.
Yeah,
I was like, wow, that guy's English.
You know who fooled me was Hugh Laurie.
Yeah, man. Oh, man.
But back to what you're saying. So this guy, he was good, even though the movie was bad.
And again, I haven't seen him in much else. I guess he's kind of he's run the gamut in terms of British TV shows. Like he was on that show called Doctor Who, I think is what it's called.
What, was he really?
Yeah, he was on a couple episodes of Doctor Who. But he was also on a bunch of other shows like Youngers and the EastEnders show, which is a huge soap opera there.
Was he on Professor What?
I don't know if he was, but
he was on Doctor Who.
Yes, he was not on Professor What, but he was on Doctor Who.
Yeah.
No, but he's no slouch. He's been at work for a good time, and I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, it's TV, and basically, I've said it before. This show, I'm really unsure of, especially after recently trying to get more acquainted with Doom Patrol. I read some of the comics, and it's a run from the, I want to say early '90s, if I were to take a guess. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, I'm just not digging it. Really,
yeah.
It's not my thing.
I'd imagine it's not for everybody. I haven't read it either, but
there's parts of it that are interesting. But I'm kind of thinking, why are you doing this in a comic book?
Yeah, no, I get that.
It almost would work. Well, actually, I guess this helps its case. I think it'd be better if it was, more visual.
Yeah.
Meaning a movie or a TV show.
I'm also just kind of a little
It's just
hesitant.
it's not your standard fare,
right,
if you will.
I'm also just hesitant on seeing what the vision was for Titans. I don't know how a Doom Patrol show is going to fit within that universe that much because
I think it definitely could, though.
I think it could, but I just
not.
Do you think they'd cuss as much?
Yeah.
Well,
actually, there's Crazy Jane. She's got all the personalities.
Oh yeah, that's
so
right.
It's like, yeah, that's Crazy Jane. She's got some personalities. Baby Doll or whatever is the nice one.
Right.
And then like Scraggly Jerkface is her other, other personality. And they could just have her be like, fucking shit, fuck.
Yeah.
Just like, whoa. And it's like, yeah. And then someone just pops up on the screen. That's right, kids. We swear on this show, just like Titans.
Yeah. I mean, they could. The guy who's writing the show is Jeremy Carver, who was probably best known for his work on writing for Supernatural, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
It deals with similar subject matter. I mean, it's not like, Justice League Dark or anything, but like there's some, again, like magical characters on Doom Patrol.
Well, yeah, Doom Patrol is it's much less conventional.
Right. I think so. I'm not, I guess as far as the casting goes, because again, I keep getting away from the story at hand, which is Joivan Wade is cast as Victor Stone. I'm fine with it. I mean,
yeah,
I think he's good as the characters I've seen him play thus far. I just wish he was in better stuff, but maybe this will be that.
Or maybe it'll suck like Titans.
Might.
Presumably. Probably.
Yes.
Is it wrong that I'm pretty excited to watch Titans?
No, I don't think so.
Because I think it could be horrible in all the best ways possible.
I think it also could. I think you might be
did I say this to you before? I think it could be a mix of Batman and Robin's level of shittiness with the grimness of Batman v Superman.
Well, I told you, man, it's from the screenwriter who wrote Batman and Robin.
Oh my God, is it really? I forgot about that.
Akiva Goldsman is like writing part of it.
What, for real?
Yeah.
You're not, oh wow.
No fooling.
I'm in for a treat. I'm excited. You know what? Yes, I am very excited for this. I'm gonna for sure do the 1 month. Is it free for the first month trial? Whatever. It's like $8.
So. Yeah,
I'll do it.
There's something plugged in there.
I will for sure do that. So again, we have completely gotten away from the story, but who cares? So moving along, we got more news as the saga grows further.
Oh,
MoviePass 3, Night of the Witches.
Yes.
Would you like to explain?
So, this is just basically, I mean, there's not really any new huge developments here. It's just more doom and gloom for MoviePass fans and MoviePass goers. The MoviePass app, they've been posting like huge losses in their quarterly updates. Like I think they lost like $126.6 million in this past quarter.
And its shares are at what now?
They dropped $130. They're like 4 or 5 cents per share.
Jeez,
which is really bad. That really sucks.
I think that's self-explanatory.
Yeah, their cash assets are dwindling. It's very, very sad. Also, there's like a huge snafu that's coming out. Well, not huge, but it's a snafu, like programming error that somehow.
Well, let's just. You know what? It is huge because it's them.
Yeah, like it's huge.
You know what?
Enough to have a threequel.
Yeah, exactly, dude. They've made it to the third news story.
We're in Return of the King territory here.
Dude, if they have another news story, we're going to have Quest for Peace on our hands.
Yeah. Oh, man. But no, it's there's a huge programming error, I guess now we'll call it, that is resubscribing unsubscribed users. So I guess if you unsubscribe from MoviePass, but you open up the app and agree to the terms of service instead of Xing out of it, it re-ups you for the subscription plan, which honestly, in MoviePass's defense, that's like a really specific chain of events. And it's like, why would you reopen MoviePass if you were unsubscribed? There's a lot of shit in there. Like, I don't think they did it insidiously. I think there was just a fucking programming hole.
But see, that's kind of the problem is, I guess, with them, at least, any mistake they make is going to be amplified.
Oh, yeah.
because
and not only that, it'll be rectified with like almost ridiculous amounts of like sweet and bitter, if you will. Like they'll be like,
right.
oh, we'll drop the price back down to $9.95, but also you can only see 3 movies a month now. It's like, what? Did you just kiss me and do something else to me behind my back?
This idea there's too many of these apps like this.
Yeah.
Where people just, oh yeah, I'm just gonna launch an app, bro. Oh yeah, I got a plan. Not really.
Got this idea for an app. It's called Faceback. Remember that from the other guys? So you take a picture of a dude's head, the back of a dude's head, and it guesses what the front of his face is to like a 75th percentile.
I haven't.
Here it comes.
Yeah, I haven't seen it the whole way through actually, but that sounds about on par with what kind of apps are coming out.
You're right though.
They're too ubiquitous, and it's like, can we get people to, I don't know, like make sure these things work if you're going to bother with them?
Yeah, get some QA testing going on.
It's just, I've been weary of these things, and it just keeps growing worse and worse. And as I've said, little mistakes are little mistakes, but when you've already made a bunch of massive ones in a row and things just continue to get worse,
right?
You can't afford those mistakes.
Right.
At 4 cents a share, you can't afford those mistakes.
No, they can't. They really can't anymore.
I don't mean to sound like a bastard, but I'm kind of glad this is failing. I hate when I hear things and they sound too good to be true, and then my suspicion is just right.
Well, it's a bad product.
It's a bad product.
Yeah, and it's a good thing, I would say, that the market is kind of sorting it out.
Yes.
Like, okay, this is a bad product. No one should probably use it unless they get their shit together, or maybe not use it at all. You know what I mean?
Well, that'd be preferable, and this is my thing. It's like, can we just stop with all the, oh, do you have your membership card? Do you have this? I get that it can save you money. It's just like, can I just go pay for something, go fucking see something, please?
Right. No, I get
Jesus.
that too. But no, it's not, again, not a huge update. It's just things aren't going well.
It's just they're continuing to drop the ball.
Yes, they sure are, and something else will happen. Something else.
Yeah, probably something will.
Yes. So we'll see you next time on
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. MoviePass 4.
MoviePass
Quest for Peace.
Yeah, MoviePass 4, the Quest for Peace. So that's that. Moving right along. Fox has some stuff going on with their animation department in terms of movies.
They do.
Regardless of how Disney buys them, and I'm sure Disney is probably okay with doing these. A second Simpsons movie is in the works, along with a Family Guy movie that is said to be a mixture of live action and animation. And this is in addition to the Bob's Burgers movie that has been in production for about a year.
Yeah.
So they've got a lot of animated movies going on.
They sure do.
What do you think especially about this Family Guy thing?
You know, that was the one that perked my interest the most, because I'm like, live action elements? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what? Like, what is this going to be? Is this going to be directed by Seth? You know, like, what does that mean? Like, it's a very specific thing to say, you know?
Is it going to be like Peter and Brian somehow, or Stewie and Brian
like
somehow?
Like a multiverse thing?
Multiverse thing where they find real life?
Yeah, and in which case it's like, we've done that already. But then again, it's like, they get transported into real life. I don't know. It's just an interesting... That's like a very out of left field thing to put it. That's like saying, like, oh yeah, we're going to have a Lassie movie with some Star Wars elements. It's like, what? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean Star Wars element?
I don't know if it's that out of left field. I think it's more like... Here's my guess. There's probably just going to be a sequence of live action, and they're just getting the scoop wrong. You know what? That's what I think it is. There.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
You might be right.
You know, because people say things...
Yeah, they sure do.
Well, okay, for example, it could be like, you know, there's a scene where, I'm making this up, people, so this is not news. Let's say there's a scoop that there's a set photo of, like, Halloween where Lori's watching her granddaughter at a ballet recital. Mm-hmm. Ballet to be the focus of Halloween. Like, who the fuck knows? We know nothing.
Yeah, but it does sound for sure, though, as if this is happening. The movie itself is happening.
See, that's more what I was wondering your thoughts on.
I'm fine with it. Again, I'm on a wait and see basis. I'm kind of like that with all of them. Like,
what about the Simpsons movie too? Because I'm so done with the Simpsons Don't get me wrong. As I've said many times, episodes or seasons, I'd say 1 through about 10, greatest TV ever, and that is indisputable. In my mind, that's the greatest TV you can find.
Right.
Seasons 1 through 10 of The Simpsons. But at this point, they've had more bad episodes than good.
Yeah.
Occasionally, in a season of 26 episodes, they'll still have a good one. But it's been time to hang up the fucking gloves for a long time.
I will say, though, I did like the Simpsons movie, the first one, and
that was at a time when they were starting to decline.
Right. So it is possible that the movie could be good because I
don't think so. I think at this point it's just too damn late.
Yeah, I mean, I still again I'm on a wait and see basis with it because I didn't think the Simpsons movie, the first one, would be good. I'm like, all right, I'm done with the Simpsons. Why would I watch this?
Right, but the fact but this reminds me of another movie that came out that year.
Mm-hmm. Which one?
Live Free or Die Hard.
Oh yeah.
Should not have worked. Did. Then they tried again, got greedy, and it sucked ass. So that could happen.
They also hired a really bad director to make it.
Yeah. Well, okay, so they probably won't hire a shitty director for Simpsons, but still.
Well, you know what's weird?
I think you should have canceled the show, didn't. Had a good movie and could have ended it there, didn't. And they just keep going. They do bullshit like all Lego episodes and just complete nonsense like that.
Right.
Basically, the only good new one or better new ones that I've seen have all mostly been parodies of stuff. You know, where they do like 3 Bible stories or 3, fantasy stories.
Right. Yeah, I'm worried about those two, but I'm still just I'll wait. But
I'm more excited about Bob's Burgers.
That's what I was going to say. That's pretty much the only one of these I have confidence in.
Yeah, that's
like remote confidence.
Right, because I mean that show's kind of been on the decline too, but
nowhere near at the rate of Family Guy and Simpsons.
Oh no, absolutely
like
not.
It's still like every now and then there'll be like a pretty funny episode or at least like a handful of like really funny jokes in like an okay episode.
Right, but it's all. I think you just said this, but the decline didn't really start till a couple years ago.
Yeah,
I mean it had what 5 or 6 seasons that were really good, and about season 7 or 8 it started to fall off ever so slightly.
I would say this movie has about as much of a shot as being good as the first Simpsons movie did because it's coming out at a similar time in terms of the show's quality.
Right.
But yeah, I'm excited for that. Honestly, I am. The Simpsons and Family Guy live action thing. Family Guy live action thing confuses the hell out of me. I don't get what that means.
I think it might be nothing.
I hope it is. The Simpsons movie, I'll wait and see. It's been too long since I've actually watched The Simpsons.
Well, I mean, of course, if the trailer looks good, I'm just saying I'd be shocked if it looks good at all.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get that. But
if I'm just being honest, and this is coming from someone who, when speaking about the show's true episodes.
Yes.
Ooh, burn.
Yes.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking real Simpsons. This is the best show ever, and it's been time, and I really don't want any more.
Yeah.
And I don't want the movie to continue to kind of
prolong the
agony and sort of ruin the legacy.
Right. Alrighty, well.
So that's that. So Fox has got a lot of shit going on with their animation, people. Be on the lookout for those. They should be out, I don't know when. Who cares?
Bob's Burgers coming out the quickest.
Yeah,
for sure.
That'll be out, 2020?
I think so.
All right, so they're developing all those. Keep an eye out.
Alrighty, our next story is a trailer discussion. We have a trailer for the movie Arizona, which is set in the midst of the 2009 housing crisis. The darkly comedic story follows Cassie Fowler, played by, I think it's Rosemary DeWitt is her name, a single mom and struggling realtor whose life goes off the rails when she witnesses a murder committed by Sonny, played by Danny McBride. What did you think about this trailer?
I thought it was interesting. There is one thing that I found kind of odd. They make it seem like Danny McBride is the very mainest character. except that he's clearly a villain.
Yeah.
Or at least it seems like he's a villain, right? Because he's murdering people, so obviously he's got to be a villain.
That's what was weird about the trailer, too. I'm like, is this supposed to be the protagonist? Because if he is, like, I don't know if I like him at all.
I don't know if you like him, but it's also...
I think he's funny, but it's not like... He's not like Ronnie Barnhart from Observe and Report, where it's like, he's just enough of a piece of shit, you know, where it's like, he's not, like, committing any, like, overt acts of crime, at least not at the beginning of the movie, you know?
Right.
But yeah, I know what you mean. It's also getting some mixed-ish reviews, but I like to see David Allen Greer, man, arguably the MVP of Jumanji, one of the best parts of that fucking movie, and I like seeing him getting some work.
Yeah, I could always go for some more David Allen Greer.
Yeah, Caitlin Olsen.
Yeah,
Sweet D.
Exactly, Sweet D back in action.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess this movie was released in January.
Huh?
It's at Sundance.
Oh, whatever.
So I like the weirdest release date. Like looking up the initial release, it's saying it's coming out on August 24th this year in Brazil. So like I can't find any release date shit about this. So
this is just going to be another one of those movies where you gotta, if you want to see it, you have to rent it on
probably on demand or yeah. But yeah, it's actually no. I guess it opens worldwide on the 24th on VOD and digital HD.
And but the thing that was weird though, also about the trailer is it felt like it was trying to make you sympathetic for him.
Yeah,
because like the shady landlords or realtors. Mm-hmm. But I'm kind of thinking, so I'm not on either side, or am I supposed to be on anyone's side?
Is this a comedy?
I mean, I felt like there were some clearly comedic moments.
Well, yeah, that's what but I mean, like, am I supposed to feel bad for Danny McBride, or is he supposed to?
I'm not one of those people where you have to have someone likable in a movie. If everyone's a piece of shit and you're just supposed to see things play out, I can do that. But it seems kind of odd because it seems like Danny McBride's the main character, but you're supposed to sympathize with the realtor.
Yeah.
What's her name?
The actress?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rosemary DeWitt.
Right. So I was a little confused by that, and it seems like there's a lot of those movies that have been coming out lately where the tone sort of drifts from one place to another, and you're not really sure how you're not really sure what they're trying to...
What they're going for.
Yeah, what are they going for? What's their angle?
Yeah, I get that. It's interesting. I think it looks funny. The jokes they include in the trailer, which, man, I hope they aren't the funniest jokes because they're not even really that funny.
They're all right.
Like, if the jokes in the trailer are fine, they're pretty... A couple of them made me chuckle, but it looks okay. I've heard some mixed things about it out of Sundance, I guess. But anyway, moving on. We got another trailer to talk about. This one's got us a little bit more riled up.
Oh boy, did this ever catch my attention?
Maximum Impact from the director of Doom and Street Fighter: Legend of Chun-Li.
Oh, that's the guy?
Yeah.
What's his name? Bartkowiak.
Andrei Barkoviak.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm so excited for this now.
So this is about the agents of the Federal Security Service of Russia and the U.S. Secret Service being forced to work together to prevent a full-scale international crisis. So we got some Alexander Nevsky, we got Danny Trejo, we got Tom Arnold, we got Kelly Hu, we got Billy Baldwin.
Okay, hold the phone.
I know.
We got Kelly Hu, Tom Arnold.
Yeah, man.
And Danny Trejo in a movie together.
Yeah, man.
How can this be bad?
Well, it's got a 1.8 out of 10 on IMDb.
This is just making me want to see it more.
Exactly. This is like another movie. It reminded me of another movie. The trailer did, especially. Maybe not so much as bad, but reminded me of another trailer we saw for another movie called China Salesman.
Oh man, I still need to see that.
Which I heard was equally as horrible.
Right.
And starring Steven Seagal and Mike Tyson.
Iron Mike.
Iron Mike, no less. This looks really, really bad, but like fun.
Honestly,
bad. The fight scenes look good.
Some of the fight choreography looks pretty decent.
Yeah, like it looks fine, but like, oh man, the dialogue.
Good, God.
And some of the ADR work in the trailer.
Yeah, what was it? She's like, let me go, and her mouth isn't even moving.
She's like gritting her teeth as she's saying it, like, and it sounds like she's saying it open mouthed. I'm like, right.
Someone's like daughter is getting kidnapped.
Yeah.
And then the trailer's also very confusing because we had to watch it about 5 times at the fight scene on the stairwell because it's Kelly Hu wearing a wig.
Yeah.
I thought the daughter was kidnapped.
Yeah, because like the daughter has the same hair.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's just.
But that's exciting because it's just, what kind of dumbass movie has Kelly Hu wearing a wig, posing as a teenager, fighting dudes on a stairwell? Maximum Impact does.
But here's another thing. I actually just looked this up. Guess who wrote this movie?
Do tell.
One Ross Lamana, who
don't know who that is. Tell the people who are playing at home.
He worked on the script and he like basically wrote the story for the first Rush Hour.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, interesting.
Wow.
And he's got like a writing credit on every other Rush Hour because of like character rights.
Oh yeah.
So he wrote this script.
Friends at home, we promise you'll have a good time if you watch the trailer. So if you will, go to your YouTubes or your Daily Motions.
Yes.
Or whatever the hell you use to watch.
Your Meta Cafes.
Your Meta Cafes, if those still exist. Type in Maximum Impact trailer. Promise you it'll be a good time.
You know what? While you're at it, do a triple feature. Why don't you go do the Maximum Impact trailer, then watch the China Salesman trailer, then watch a trailer for a movie called B14 ?
Oh my god. You know what?
Action movies that decline in quality.
We're taking a break from news.
Oh man.
You've seen the B14 trailer,
Oh
right?
yeah, man. Oh man.
Holy god.
It is great.
The amount of noise in that trailer, I love it.
The amount of like unfiltered, like crackly audio and just like horrifically bad special effects that I will say pretty good for the budget I imagine a lot of them had making this.
Since they have almost no budget.
Oh yeah. But like, oh man, is it bad still? Like, oh fuck. It just looks so fucking good.
It's amazing.
Directed by Ninja.
By Ninja.
Of course.
Right.
The one and only.
Family name, right?
Family name.
Right.
Passed down from generation to generation. But no,
Yeah.
B14, specifically, B14 ?
But isn't the whole movie, I think, is on YouTube legally?
Yeah, I think so.
It's under, like...
B14 Part 1 or something.
Adowa, or it's like Adowa or something. There's some company... Just search B14. There's this movie, it's basically like...
It looks like The Matrix meets like...
It's The Matrix meets Mortal Kombat, but people fighting exclusively in a gated community.
Yeah, it looks like... Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
It just looks so good.
If you haven't seen this, people, we're telling you, we're trying to spread the gospel here.
Dude, I was like... there's a lot of bad movies out there.
And there's a lot of, like, so good it's bad. Like, we talk about those all the time.
But, like, God damn it, I've been craving one that's just, like, really bad, but, like, also just looks fun as shit. And then I saw this, and I'm like, these guys get it.
They do. They're having a good old time.
They look like they're having a blast, and I'm having a blast watching.
The best part of the trailer is... I'll describe this for those of you listening at home. Perhaps there will be images to follow if you are watching on YouTube. There's this part where the guy shoots a spike out of his hand, similar to Scorpion, the get over here thing in Mortal Kombat. And there's one shot in the trailer, it's like, B14, B14, he just keeps saying it. But then it switches over to random people screaming and getting shot.
Yeah.
And then there's the one shot where the spike just goes through the person's head.
Yeah, no. There's also a shot where, like, a dude, like...
It's like the scream followed by the absolute abruptness to go to the next cut. Just like, spike through the head, next cut.
Yeah, no, and there's a shot where, like, someone gets punched, like, a lady gets punched in the back of the head and her, like, eyes pop out. It is just the greatest shit. Oh, man, is it good.
It's good stuff. I forgot what we were talking about. The interlude was worth it. Oh, Maximum Impact.
Maximum Impact. So, yeah, treat yourself, and need not, do any disservice to China Salesman either. That one's also a gem.
Yeah.
Check out that trailer as well.
Yeah, do that triple feature. And you know what? Tell us, people. Of the 3 trailers, which is your favorite? And better yet, if you've seen any of the 3. Although I don't know if you can see Maximum Impact.
Yes.
But if you've seen China Salesman, or if you've seen B14, parts 1 or 2 or both, let us know which is your favorite.
Yes, and also let us know why it's B14.
Yeah. Yeah, just let us...
It's just gonna...
Just tell us about B14.
Oh,
tell us your praises of it.
We gotta tell the world.
Yeah, I really want people to know about this.
Oh, man.
So moving right along, I guess we've talked about Well, fuck it. There's no point talking about Maximum Impact. We talked about B14.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Maximum Impact. It looks pretty decent. I mean...
Looks pretty decently terrible, but good. And also as a super that guy.
Oh, Mark Dacascos? Dacascos, I think is how you pronounce it.
Credits include the reboot of Hawaii Five-0, and also Jimmy Lee in one of the greatest feature films of all time.
Yeah, man.
Double Dragon.
Mark Dacascos is his name.
Dacascos. Okay, well, yeah, so there's a lot of stuff.
There's a whole lot.
Good to see Kelly Hu again.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
Her around. It's been a long, long time.
Because she was on Arrow for a hot minute as a couple characters.
That's right. She was on there. Oh, man.
Marvel or DC, one of them need to scoop her up, get a role for her.
It'd be fun.
I would like that. Okay, so moving right along, maybe a slightly older Lady Shiva.
Yeah.
All right, but sorry, we're getting off topic. Or whatever. Actually, technically, we were on top. Moving along, though, we've talked about Maximum Impact. We're done. Anyway, moving right along. There's some jokesters out there in Hollywood right now.
Yes.
I think they're being real silly and being real funny.
Mm-hmm.
They think that they're going to have a bunch of movies all released, huge releases, all on the 21st of December this year.
Yes, or at least within that week.
Yeah, within that week, we are hearing that these movies all think they're going to be on the same day. And they're just obviously pulling a fast one on us. Aquaman, Bumblebee, Mary Poppins, and Alita Battle Angel. There's absolutely no way all 4 of those come out within a week of each other.
So I know...
So who's moving?
I think it's going to be... I know Aquaman won't, because I think, just in my honest opinion, I think that'll be the one people will probably see. Yeah. That one and Mary Poppins. Alita will have to move, I think. You know, just because... What do all these movies have going for them? Mary Poppins has fucking the first movie going for it. Aquaman has the DC.
It's also Disney.
Right, it's got Disney going for it. It's got all that. Bumblebee.
Kid-friendly.
Yeah, Aquaman has the DCEU things going for it.
Relatively kid-friendly.
Right. And Bumblebee has the Transformers movies going for him. Teens will see it.
Does it?
No,
I'm kidding.
But it has a built-in audience. There are people who are fans of the Transformers movies.
Still?
Yeah, I know.
Apparently.
Even now.
Okay.
But Alita Battle Angel is a gamble. And it's a big, big gamble that doesn't have... I mean, there'll be fans of the anime.
I feel like but that's the thing, though. There's the fans of the anime, but who else is this winning over?
Not much else. I mean, have you been hearing any buzz for it?
I haven't been hearing much buzz for it other than, hey, why does that robot have big eyes? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Well, and to be fair, non-existent person who I'm making fun of, I kind of agree with you.
Yeah.
It's a little weird, but that's not deal breaker for me. That's not.
No, it just looks odd, and it's like,
it just doesn't look that good.
Can't you just make her look like a person?
I don't know.
Like a replicant, because they look like regular. They look like not regular, but they look like people,
right?
But they're obviously not. I don't know. Whatever. It's the aesthetic, and it's their decision, and it is whatever they would like it to be.
It's weird though, because I've watched that trailer a few times, and I can't decide if it looks terrible or not. Because there's parts of it where I think that looks kind of cool, or that shot definitely has some interesting shit in it. Mm-hmm. Like I like that robot design.
Yeah.
But I feel like for some odd reason I just don't know why that the story's gonna suck.
You know what's weird is I keep forgetting this is a fucking Robert Rodriguez movie.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I like the guy.
I like him too, and he makes some pretty badass, no fucking around type movies, and this just looks like a very safe Hollywood thing.
Right, that's the other thing is anime has been particularly troubling for
Hollywood
adaptations. And as I've said on here a couple times, I think Ghost in the Shell, while still not a very good movie, came close in ways. But, as I mentioned, the story was the part where it really didn't work out.
I think aesthetically it came the closest we've ever seen.
Oh, aesthetically, if we're talking production design, it was frustrating how good the production design was, and how its script just didn't measure up.
Right.
And there's been a couple other attempts, some really not well-known ones. I think there was even a Fist of North Star movie.
Live action?
Yeah.
Really?
Just look at if you look up anime adaptations, there's been a few, and it's sort of similar to video games where a lot of them just don't work out, because video games, people know the Mario Brothers one, but I don't think a lot of people know the Double Dragon one.
No, that one's.
I only discovered that because of it was either Angry Video Game Nerd video.
Yeah.
It was either that or because of just flipping around on demand, and I saw Double Dragon. What the hell?
Right.
Because I knew there was because I watched a cartoon when I was a kid, and I played the arcade games, but the movie was something I didn't discover till later.
Yeah, no, it was something that I didn't grow up with it either.
That's what I mean. So there's a lot of video game adaptations and anime adaptations that are so bad that. Excuse me, dust in the throat. Fuck.
The games are so old that you're developing dust while talking about them.
Oh, Jesus. H. Anyway, there's a lot of anime adaptations that have kind of been swept under the rug and forgotten about because they were done so poorly.
Yes.
Comic books kind of went through a similar thing too.
For a long time.
Because you had Batman, which was successful, but
and Superman,
but in sort of, I'd say in between those with TV movies, and after those, there's like the Punisher with Dolph Lundgren.
Well, I would say the 90s,
Captain America with Matt Salinger.
The 90s was not a very kind place for a lot of superhero flicks, with the exception of like Batman Returns.
Batman Returns did well.
Forever and Robin are like. Very near and dear to me, but they're not very good movies. I'll defend Forever more than I'll defend Robin.
I was going to say, Forever, it still tried to sort of be like, let's not make this completely fucking stupid.
Yeah. There's some depth to it.
Let's try to make money here.
Right. But other than that, there's not much else. Spawn, Steel... Fucking Tank Girl. There were a lot of not great comic book adaptations.
That's what I mean, adaptations. But for whatever reason, they kind of hit the stride with comic book movies eventually, and it's taking longer, and they still haven't figured it out for video game and anime.
I think it could happen with both. I'm hoping it'll happen with video games for the Metal Gear movie, but that's another conversation.
We could talk about that for hours. Anyway, so let's just get back. So.
Elite is going to move.
Elite is going to move, I would guess.
Only because it already has. It was supposed to come out July this year, and it moved to December.
I could see Bumblebee moving.
I could also see it. The ones I don't see them budging is I don't see them moving Aquaman.
And Mary Poppins, while it is sort of the same audience, it's also sort of different.
Yeah, it's for the old as much as it is new.
Yeah, what I meant is Aquaman and Mary Poppins, it's not crazy for me to imagine someone is like, shit, which one am I going to see?
Yeah.
What I mean is...
Person my age would be
they're both large spectacles. And
right.
They're both probably going to do pretty
damn well.
Or, fuck, I don't know. Aquaman's sort of... At
I
least
hope it'll do fine.
Its opening is going to be big.
I hope so.
Well, it's like even the DC movies that people didn't like, they still did pretty good in their first couple weeks.
Does it worry you that this is like the first DC opening we've had for a what do you call it, a
year?
Well, no, this is the first DC opening we've had for a movie in the winter, I think, if my mind serves me correct, because Man of Steel was July or summer.
I think they're just playing it cautiously.
Yeah.
They just probably said, well, fuck it, we really, we really screwed the pooch when we needed that extra year.
Right.
So
might as well just let it go.
Fuck it, just make it December. Yeah.
Right. Let it fly.
That way we've got some time to work on stuff.
Right.
I don't think that really bugs me that much.
But something's going to...
Either way, I would say the movies that are going to make money that weekend a lot, if I were to guess, would be Aquaman and Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Bumblebee will be if I were going to guess, it'll be a minor hit.
I think it'll do fine, you know.
I hope it does fucking terribly because I want that series to just go away.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it'll do all right.
It looks not good.
Yeah, I'll say this: it looks better. It looks like the best Transformers movie since 1.
But but see, here's the thing: they always look good in the trailers.
That's true.
Because I remember I was watching the Last Night's trailer and it had that weird song, but it was actually kind of working. There's all this cool imagery, but then I told myself, "Don't get fooled. Don't you goddamn get fooled.
Never again.
Never again." Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Something's gonna give here, and we'll be on the hunt for what happens.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's obviously a few months out, but I'm still surprised that those are all bunched together like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's that. It's gonna be a crowded December no matter what, because these are all coming out in addition to Mortal Engines, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse,
and Back Seat comes out that weekend too. It's not a major release, but it's counter programming. That's my boring Dick Cheney
boring ass Dick Cheney movie.
Yes. Yeah. But
there's going to be quite a few releases that month.
There sure are. So we'll see what happens.
It's going to be one of the busier winters in a long time, I'd imagine.
That is, unless something moves or a lot of things move.
I think they're going to move like maybe to November. I don't think they're going to move that far.
Oh, you think they'll push it up?
Yeah, I don't think that they're going to. Well, see, when I think
Will
things
they go to the dark place, the place that we not speak of?
January. Oh man, no. That's what I'm saying. Is I think they're going to either move. I think some of these might move to November because it's slightly less crowded, or they'll just go like a week or two before the 21st.
Right. I mean, that would suck ass if Alita has to move again. But
did it move?
Yeah, it was supposed to come out in July this year.
Oh, weird. Mm-hmm. July wasn't super crowded.
No, I don't know why they moved it.
They're just like, fuck it, Mission Impossible is gonna kill us. Like, I'd rather go against. Kidding? I'd rather go against 10 movies.
Right. Yeah, I'm curious to see what happens.
As am I. Speaking of curious to see what happens, this movie called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood that's gonna come out. Man, does the fucking rabbit hole just keep getting deeper.
Especially with casting.
With casting and with the story in real life.
Yeah.
So, we've talked about this movie a little bit on here.
We have.
It's got a ridiculous cast.
Really, really insane.
I'm not even gonna bother going through it because it's basically everyone super famous right now.
Yes. But
just to name randos off the top of my head.
I have the cast list here if you want me to go through it.
Fuck it. Yeah, go.
Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, Burt Reynolds, Damian Lewis, Luke Perry, Emile Hirsch, Dakota Fanning, Clifton Collins Jr., Al Pacino, Scoot McNairy, Mike Moe, Zoe Bell, Tim Roth, Michael Madsen, Kurt Russell, Timothy Olyphant, James Marsden, James Remar. Those are all the names I recognize. That's at least like 15 people.
Jesus. I mean, there's no way that all these people have huge roles or anything.
No, I'm sure a lot of them are probably cameo level roles because I know like Damian Lewis is playing Steve McQueen. Like the man, the myth, the legend, Steve McQueen. And
but let's get to the
story.
The story, of course, being
Mike Moe, who we mentioned.
Mike Moe, he is playing Bruce Lee in this.
He sure is.
Because apparently in real life, Bruce Lee was a fight choreographer for a movie that Sharon Tate was in. Mm-hmm. Sharon Tate, of course, being played by Margot Robbie.
Right.
So I was not aware that they knew each other at all.
Yeah, it's very interesting because it says on here like the international actor / stuntman who choreographed fight scenes for The Wrecking Crew, which starred Sharon Tate. Following her murder, he attended her funeral and was also privately investigated. So that's just like again, as you said, story-wise, narrative-wise, true crime-wise, the rabbit hole gets deeper. You're like, what happened? Like, how's Bruce Lee mixed up in all this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was completely unaware of this.
Yeah, and I hope, again, this is Quentin, which I know for you, he's either a big miss or a big hit.
Yeah, I'm pretty extreme about my opinions about most. Actually, no, that's not true. I thought there's one I saw that was just kind of in the middle.
Which one?
I thought Django was pretty good.
Oh, yeah, I like Django.
I didn't love it though. I thought it was pretty good.
It's not as good as Bastards, in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought that was probably. No, I think Reservoir Dogs is still my favorite.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm a big fan. I mean, I know you have a not a hatred for it, but the hype for you is not real. But I'm a big Pulp Fiction fan.
Yeah, it's okay. I'd say if you break it down by stories, there's ones that suck ass the whole way through that I don't like.
Yeah.
But then there's ones I really like.
Let me guess, you like you like the Gold Watch.
Yeah, of course.
It's like, oh man, it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
But anyway, fucking Tarantino has his, well, I mean, he's got his criticisms and he's got his movies that are good and movies that people cherish and,
right.
I think this will be a good one. This is something that is attracting a whole lot of talent. I find it hard to believe a movie like this will be bad or will be horrible.
No, I wouldn't imagine it would either. It's just.
I mean, it's got a summer release. It's coming out in July of next year.
This is just so weird that this movie's actually being made and that it's gotten this many famous people in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty incredible. Like this is, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, this is DiCaprio's next movie. Or not next movie. This is the first movie he's done since The Revenant. Yeah. So he's super careful.
This is a huge project, and now we're adding someone playing Bruce Lee into it.
Yeah, we're adding Bruce Lee, and oh man, it's going to be good, man.
Yeah, this is going to be an insane project.
Yes. But anyway, what else do we have on the docket here? Oh, got a couple other stories.
Oh boy, do we ever.
One of which is going to probably take up the rest of the podcast.
Honest to God, one of them might.
But
before
let's get the smaller one out of the way.
Yeah, this is just a little tidbit that we got for you.
So it seems as though Dark Phoenix's reshoots process is going to be a little bit smaller than was rumored or I guess purported to be. People said it was going to be like a huge, months long process.
Yeah, they said it was going to be 3 months.
Yeah. I guess what's going to happen is it's just going to be about 2.5 weeks of a shoot, in Montreal.
That kind of sounds standard.
Yeah.
Although I'd say that maybe might alleviate some of your fears, but at the same time, it still got delayed 3 months.
I guess the word on the street is that Simon Kinberg tested the movie recently, got some notes from the audience, and decided to make some changes on the third act. And,
right.
He rewrote some of the third act elements, and that's what they're reshooting. So if any of this is to be believed, it sounds as if that... Oh, and also, I forgot to mention, the whole reason that they delayed the movie was because, the earliest they could get all the actors back without any scheduling conflicts was, this right now.
Yeah, so, honestly, it doesn't sound like that much of a problem.
Right.
The only reason I don't have a lot of faith in it is mostly because, I didn't think... what the hell was the last one? Apocalypse? Mm-hmm. I didn't think it was all that great.
Well, we'll put it this way. This isn't the X-Men movie I'm worried about.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, New Mutants is that's a vastly different direction for not just the franchise, for comic book movies. And man, oh man, you have to make sure that's 100% correct before you fucking get it out there.
I mean, it didn't look scary at all.
That's what I mean. It's you have to get it. If you want to make a comic book horror movie and it's not right, fuck man, you better go and fix it. Yeah. It sounds like they felt as though that was the case, at least with that one.
Or maybe it was just a dumb idea.
Perhaps.
Has that occurred to anyone?
Probably might be. No,
we're going to make it like a different genre that no one wants. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. No, dude, we're going to make this Spider-Man movie, but it's a sports drama. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Oh, man. But, yeah, no. Quick update, I guess. I don't know if you have anything else to say on the matter.
No.
Okay. Now let's get to the main event.
All right. So, people, as you know, it's probably our favorite topic. And if you're a normie, you really fucking hate that we talk about this. Mm-hmm. But, so we've been talking an awful lot. Actually, since the first episode of this show.
Yeah.
We've been tracking the activity. And we've had about the same level of confusion the whole time. On a movie that was supposed to come out, or at least start filming this year, and then didn't. Because it was getting rewritten, called Silver and Black. Which, of course, is part of Sony's Spider-Man-less Spider-Man universe, which I guess they're calling Some C.
Is that really what the fuck they're calling it?
It's Sony's universe of Marvel characters.
Okay. Go ahead.
And, because everyone knows it's cool when you make up your own nicknames.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah. So they're like, Some C. You kids know what we're talking about. No, we don't. Anyway, so we've been tracking Silver and Black for a long time.
Right.
And the last update I think we gave was that they'd been working on the script, and then they started to rewrite it.
Mm-hmm. They were working on the script.
Yeah, working on the script.
Hammering out the script.
It's just kind of, they were sort of getting repetitive.
A lot of talking points.
Yeah. They were working on the script, and they were pretty much, as far as I remember, rewriting it all and starting from square one. That movie has been scrapped. And now, but don't worry, fans of Silver Sable and Black Cat. There's a light beyond the horizon. Unless it's more of Sony's goddamn dirty secrets and lies, which it could be, like the Craven movie. They're claiming now that they're developing a separate Silver Sable movie and a separate Black Cat movie.
Oh, man.
Do you buy this at all?
I'm just sad that mommy and daddy are splitting up.
Right? It's like a divorce. It's like we're divvying up the...
What weekend do I get Silver Sable?
Yeah. What weekend? Well, according to the release schedule.
Yeah. Oh, man. But further, we've got some news about Gina Prince Bythewood's involvement. It seems as though,
I forgot about that.
She's probably not going to direct either movie, but will serve as a producer on both.
Okay. Which means she's like,
fuck knows?
Fuck you guys for wasting my time.
Yeah.
Give me a producer's credit.
Columbia Pictures president Sanford Panitch, I don't even pronounce it, says, "We believe Black Cat is enough of her own character with a great backstory and a canon of material to draw from to justify her own film." Which I agree with, sort of. Well, I mean, they did it with Catwoman, but then again, Catwoman's
what are you talking about? Except Catwoman sucks.
Well, Catwoman sucks, but for all intents and purposes,
it's not impossible that they could have made a good movie just about her.
Right. She's a rogue. She's a household name.
Yes.
Black Cat is I feel like if this movie were to come out, they'd be like, what? They're making another Catwoman movie?
Exactly.
Yeah. I feel like people would be super confused. And maybe even the same with Silver Sable. Especially, and here's what I'll say about Silver Sable. Do you think this movie will have any direct conflict or competition with the Black Widow movie?
That depends on when they release it, but at this point, it could.
I think it might. Just maybe kind of unintentional.
Well, they'd really have to impress upon the fact that she's a mercenary, not a spy.
Right.
Which, Christ, in fiction, those often are sort of similar or portrayed in a similar manner. Right. That's an interesting point that you make, though, because I've kind of thought about that, because I was saying if they were to do this Spider-Man-less Spider-Verse, and I was imagining a team-up movie, and it's essentially the Avengers, she would be their Black Widow.
She would be. She would definitely be, I think.
Black Cat would be essentially a Guardian of the Galaxy.
Yeah, she'd be like a Gamora or a
I'd say more
Mantis.
Like a Star-Lord.
Yeah.
Just because she's
Star-Lord, snarky, or maybe even a rocket.
A snarky rich Star-Lord who
snarky
likes to
and rich.
steal things.
Yes.
But my point is, it's just this is so ridiculous. We've waited all this time to hear about stuff, and I had a weird feeling this was going to fall through. But usually when these things fall through, it's a lot quicker.
Well, let's
just back it up to the first major development we heard about this movie was that there was all these rumors about who was going to be in it, about Scorpion and Mr.
Chameleon,
Robot, Mr. Robot, or I forgot the fucking
Alistair Smythe and shit like that. I think he's supposed to be in it.
There's a bunch of like some A level, some sort of C level Spider-Man villains,
right?
And then they had a filming date.
Yeah.
But they had no one.
Was it March of this year?
It was March. I think it was March 5th.
Fuck! Where's the time gone?
Right.
Oh.
And I remember it was a week before filming, and I saw it. They had no one cast. I said, "Is this actually happening?"
Oh man.
And you called it. You're like, "It's getting delayed." And
I think it was. Well, and it did.
Yeah, and then it did. I think it was. Yeah.
I thought it was.
I've got news for you, Robert.
It fucking did.
Yeah.
It happened.
So it got delayed, and then they were working on the script, and they couldn't get anyone attached to it. They couldn't even get rumored attached to it, people. No, there was all this noise about scripts and what they were planning on maybe doing, and on just about every Venom article, this is, of course, going to kickstart the universe, which will, of course, include Silver Sable and the Black Cat in their movie Silver and Black.
Yeah. Well...
my mind is just blown on this one.
Let's cut the bullshit here. When are you gonna? What's your over under on laying this some C universe to rest next to the Dark Universe over at Universal?
Oh man,
because I think it's only a let's get the doomsday clock a ticking here.
Okay, I think
because I just don't see this as sustainable.
No, it's not gonna happen.
Like, there's nothing Spider-Man-y about Silver Sable as a villain. Not really. She's not the most Spider-Man-centric Spider-Man villain. Like, I'd say those are Goblin, Venom, maybe Doc Ock.
For sure.
Like...
No, you couldn't... I don't see him being in a movie without Spider-Man.
Who?
Doc Ock, because he's a scientist.
That's what I mean.
And that's, like, a big part of Spider-Man. He's a science dork.
But, like, you can make a Joker movie because it's like, I know that character. You know?
Yeah.
Like, you could even make a fucking... who's another Batman villain? Like, I don't know,
a Ra's al Ghul movie.
Sure, like, this is a mercenary whatever movie, because it's like, there's Batman elements to it. Well, maybe not now that I think about it, maybe not Ra's al Ghul. But like Mr. Freeze. Like, there's unmistakable villains in Batman's lore where you're like, that's a Batman. Isn't this the Batman villain? But like, I feel like, and I always just think of the old people. I think of the elderly. I don't know, they're going to be like, what? The hell does what does the Silver Sable movie got to do with Spider-Man?
Why'd they recast Black Widow? I like that other girl. Why'd they do that? She was a nice girl.
Black Cat, what happened to Anne Hathaway?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know. I this is very confusing, but then again, like, I can't be okay, or I can't not be okay with this and be okay with, like, DC's, like, out on a limb decision of making an entirely new line of non-canonical DC films.
But that's the thing, is they have that luxury where they
have
can
better
say
characters and stories, really.
But that's what I'm saying, is it's still the same production company,
right?
So it's not that much of a stretch,
right?
And also that kind of seems like it could be testing grounds. Like, they really like this so and so character in the Joker movie. Maybe we could put him in one of our DC movies.
Plus, I think, like, it makes sense
with this. It's like, they really like that Silver Sable character. Oh, great. Well, then we can put her in the MCU and, oh, wait.
God. Yeah, no, I also just think that DC, the range of content you get from DC is so much more vast.
Yeah.
Like, you have, like, Plastic Man, but then you also have, like, fucking Sandman is technically a DC property. Or, like, Watchmen. Or like Lee Bermejo's Joker, or like Superman Red Sun, like really fucked up dark comics.
Oh, you're talking about the Elseworld stuff?
Yeah, and like Marvel, it's pretty much like, again, it's like almost like the movies, except they've still got a better variety. They have a bit more of a centralized, like, all right, you're probably not going to get something really messed up. I mean, occasionally you'll get like a Spider-Man Reign, Punisher, but like generally it's like you have like the Avengers, and then you have like Spidey and like everybody else.
They're a bit more, would you say, intertwined, maybe? Yeah,
and then of course, there's exceptions. Daredevil, what do we say? You just said Punisher. Blade, like there's always exceptions, but I think by and large, you're going to just see a vast amount of more different stories on the DC end of the spectrum, which is why they established that brand.
Yeah.
So that those stories could be told by people if need be.
All right, so predictions. How much money do you think Venom's going to make? Because that really could just kill it, dead in the damn water if it doesn't do well.
Worldwide? Or total?
Yeah, worldwide. What are you thinking?
500. I'll set the over under at $575 million.
I'm gonna go 450.
I would have said $574,999,999. But
yeah, I decided.
I think you're going to win either way because I think you might be right. I think it's going to underperform.
It's going to underperform, and I feel like they've been marketing it a lot already.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did you see that video where they're in Brazil?
Mm-hmm.
All they did was just show the motion graphic, and there's a hall of 1,000 people.
It was dumb.
We are Venom. And they pass the flag, and everyone's like, huh?
Yeah, it felt
weird.
Like,
you get a free T-shirt, and they're like, oh hell yeah,
cool.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know what to make of this. This is just weird. Like, this is such a weird fucking thing.
Okay, so let's say Venom does reasonably pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
Like Suicide Squad, 760 or whatever the hell it made.
Right.
All right, so high 700s.
That'd be great.
Do you think for a second that they're gonna what's gonna be next? Will it be Morbius?
Oh man, well Morbius is happening too. I mean, it sounds like they're full steam ahead. I think they go even full circle. J. Jonah Jameson fucking origin movie. It's about his days reporting in the war.
Oh
and
God.
Fucking here comes the Betty Brant movie. Here comes the maybe we'll get that Aunt May spy movie.
Oh no. Please. Whenever I think of the Aunt May spy movie, have you seen the video of the guy who's speaking Spanish?
Yeah.
It's like, I think he's really talking about a cell phone company. The dude is crying, laughing.
Right.
Someone added the subtitles where it's talking about the Spider-Man universe plans.
Yeah.
Oh God, that shit has me dying. But it kind of blows my mind. It's like, can you guys just admit you're not going to make this? No. We're doing a separate Silver Sable and a separate Black Cat movie.
God. They're falling apart, man.
They're trying to keep it together, and I just don't think it's happening.
It kind of feels like the death throes of a company that's desperately trying to keep its license.
Yeah. And what kills me is I think, you probably could make a really good Silver Sable movie, but it won't get made with these guys.
Right. That's just really...
Sony, just fucking give up, please. Just sell the goddamn Spider-Man rights.
You make me sad.
Yeah.
You make me sad, Sony.
Or do the halvesies thing with the rest of the characters, okay?
Yeah.
I don't think that's that bad of an idea.
No, that's not too bad. Silver and Black, I think, would have been better than a Silver Sable and or a Black Cat solo flick. It just would have made more sense.
No,
in Sony's terms.
Yes.
If it were Marvel, I would see any of those three options.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm just still in complete awe of this, and it's kind of a shame because even though I was kind of looking forward to it in a tongue-in-cheek way, it would have been cool to see these characters, on the big screen.
Well, maybe you still will, just, only on certain weekends.
Yeah.
Unseparated visitation.
That's right. I just think that's an amazingly bold statement to make. Well, we couldn't make one movie, so we're going to make two.
Oh, Jesus. That's them. That literally them doubling down.
Yeah.
Oh my word!
Quite literally doubling down. And if I were to, bet on it, on their double down, mm-hmm. I would think that they're bluffing.
I would hope they are, because dear God, you need help. You need help, Sony.
I kind of love how crazy this has gotten, though.
Yeah, it's been a wild news.
If you
cycle.
I'm just saying, if you want to take it all the way back to Amazing Spider-Man 2, they're like, yeah, and then in the ending, we're going to show everything. We're going to show all the vulture wings of this and of that. Yeah, no, not happening. No, but we got a Sinister Six movie, we swear. Nope, canceled.
All right, we're going to start over.
All right, we're going to start over. We're not selling Spider-Man. Spider-Man's in Civil War. Oh, really? And it's like, no, but we still got our characters. Oh, yeah? We're going to make a Venom movie. And they did do the Venom movie. We got to give them credit.
Right.
It is apparently happening. Venom movie is going down.
Well, we'll see how that goes. I'd be shocked if it's good. I'd be legitimately shocked if and not just like good beyond like, that was fun. Like an actually legitimately good film.
I feel like it's going to make at least, $400 million though, just because of the awareness of it.
Yeah. Why is that?
Well, it's because like I feel like for a movie to really significantly bomb, there has to be a significant backlash from the get-go. Either that, or it has to be something's wrong with the marketing and they didn't get it out there enough.
I bet they will get too much of it out there in the month of October. What do you think?
Oh, for sure. I feel like if you watch those TV spots, you're going to know the whole movie.
They will probably show you the final shot of the movie in there, too, as they did for Spider-Man 2.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And also show you fucking Gwen Stacy falling to her death, but not hitting the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I mean, we could go on and on about this. The point is...
Story's not over.
The story's not over, and...
It's just getting more complicated.
Exactly. It's just like they just keep... Just when I thought I was out, you pulled me back in.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. I mean, they did it within the article. Scrapped. I'm like, fuck. Well, that was fun. No, but it's not... but we got a movie for each one of them. Huh? All right. I would say this. If they are so dead set on continuing, like, fuck it. It only made $450, but we're continuing on anyway. Do Silver Sable.
Yeah.
Because really, I would say of all of the Marvel characters where you can just make a movie and it doesn't have to have jack shit to do with the others, and you could make it pretty successful with some other C-level characters as the villains and, like, sidekicks or whatever, Silver Sable could be perfect for that.
I think it could. Depending on, if it's a good script and good director, who knows?
Well, with Sony.
boy.
I'm kidding.
Well,
I got it. I fucking got the answer. I just thought of it. That? Stick with me here, guys. Imagine this. You've got Silver Sable, played by somebody. And they've got some character, doesn't fucking matter who it is, played by The Rock.
There you go. Hey,
it
worked with Jumanji.
That's what I was gonna say. He basically helped them stay afloat.
They owe him their lives.
Yeah,
they very well may.
And you know what? They can make it up to him with a very large paycheck for. Well, I mean, he's gonna be in the sequel, which I guess is happening.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not excited either. But have him as it doesn't fucking matter. Just make up some villain. Like, who cares?
Who cares?
And just have him be in it. Tell me I'm wrong. Because you could be like, in association with Marvel, and people are like, oh, Marvel, what's this? Then they see The Rock, and like, oh, The Rock. Movie sold. There. I've solved it, people.
Just do it.
Yeah. Jesus H, we've been talking about this for an awful long time.
That's okay.
Yeah. You know what? We'll do the Prayer Before Dawn review.
Okay.
And then we'll call it an episode.
All right. Well, this is a big... I said the last story was the main event, but I think our review section might, in fact, be the even more so, the mainer event. The mainest event.
Maybe.
Okay. Uh-oh.
No. Hold on. That's not saying that this movie... I love this movie.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, because I know this was your most anticipated movie for the rest of time. For the rest of the year.
For the rest of the year, for sure. I'm just a little burnt out from talking about Silver and Black.
Yes, that's okay.
Or the lack thereof, its existence in the near future.
So I guess my question is...
All right, so back to... Okay, so we're going...
Is it good?
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to now review A Prayer Before Dawn, the movie I've been constantly talking about on this podcast. Yes, to answer your question, it is very good.
Nice.
It's one of the best movies I've seen of the year.
Wow.
Not the best. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I'm still giving that crown to MI6.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So far.
I kind of like that.
This comes pretty damn close. This might be second or third favorite movie of the year.
Okay.
So, Prayer Before Dawn, in case y'all didn't know, it's about this guy who was a Muay Thai fighter, a British guy, and he was fighting in Thailand, and he's a drug addict, and he gets sent to jail, and he has to go to Thai prison, which is no picnic at all.
Not quite.
And while he's in there, it's about him becoming a fighter, and he gets to fight in the prisons, and they're treated better and get better sentences because it's almost like community service sort of things, or if you're a chef at a prison, like you're doing work and being cooperative.
Right.
So that's one way it shows that they're disciplined. So this movie's about his journey about trying to get back out of jail.
Okay.
And it's a gritty fucking film. There's hardly a moment of levity in this movie. Don't get me wrong. And again, that kind of goes with the theme that was March.
Yeah.
Unsane, Red Sparrow, Thoroughbreds. I saw some good movies that month, but they're all, they're depressing, hard to watch at times, gut-wrenching.
Fittingly, this movie was supposed to come out right around there, a couple weeks after
it was supposed to come out in
March.
April.
Right.
And now let me tell you, folks, I begrudgingly rented it off the TV while I wanted to see this in theaters, because they just won't release these goddamn things in theaters sometimes. And with A24, it's weird because you can't really predict which ones are going to make it through and which ones aren't. You just kind of have to wait and see, I guess.
Okay.
I don't even remember how I heard about Green Room.
Well, I don't know. Were you aware of A24 back then?
Yes.
Okay, maybe was it through them?
And no, it might have been Collider or Variety or something.
Did you see that in theaters?
Yeah, I saw it in theaters.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just miss some and some just get past you and some just don't get released.
Right.
You never really can tell. And in this case, they just, for whatever frickin' reason, just didn't want to release it in theaters very widely.
And you'd say that affected your overall opinion of it?
Not really, but it kind of made me a little less excited.
Mm-hmm. You would have liked to have seen it in theaters.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I would have liked to have seen this in theaters.
I feel that. I honestly, I've had that before where I watched a movie and I'm just like, fuck. I'm like,
yeah.
I should have saw this in theaters. But this is even more frustrating because it's I wish I could have seen it in theaters. I wanted to.
Yeah, I was looking out. Exactly. It's I was looking out for it.
Right.
But enough about that. The movie itself is really good. The cinematography is particularly strong.
Yeah, how does it make the prison in Thailand look?
Well, as I said, very gritty. Mm-hmm. But again, it did a good job of sort of portraying that this is also this is life for some people.
Right.
So it had a good balance of. It kind of reminded me of Unsane in some ways.
Really, the cinematography, or the approach.
The approach at what the cinematography said about the setting.
Okay.
Because in Unsane, it's there are places like this.
It's its own world.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get
it's
what
its
you
own
mean.
world, but it's not so far out of the imagination that it's impossible to believe.
Right. So, here's the big question. How are the fights?
The fights are really good.
Yeah.
I will say.
Uh-oh.
I see this. I don't know if I'm just being an annoying asshole, but I have a couple tiny nitpicks. The fight cinematography is pretty cool, and there's a lot of handheld stuff. But in Muay Thai,
could you see it clearly?
Okay, that's the problem. But there wasn't. I wish there was a few more wide shots. During the fights.
No, I could understand that.
And again, because I'm such a martial arts movie enthusiast, wide shots kind of are everything with a lot of movies like this. However, I'll cut it some slack because while it is a sports, action movie in some ways, it's a drama that just happens to be about Muay Thai.
Mm-hmm. That's good. So the fights are good.
The fights are good.
Okay.
But there's one component that really kind of annoyed me that was missing.
What's that?
There's no leg kicks. Not a lot of them. Not that I could see. I'm just saying leg kicks are part of it.
Yeah, that's true.
Part of kickboxing, part of Muay Thai, part of MMA, obviously.
That is true.
It's come on, guys. Want some leg kicks.
So
to be fair, I thought about this.
What's that?
Name me one boxing movie that really utilizes defense and head movement.
That's true.
It's just it's usually I'm gonna punch you, boosh, spit flies. I'm gonna punch you, boosh,
blood,
spit flies. Yeah.
Yeah, no. So the fights, would you say the fights were worth the wait?
Yes, for the most part.
So they're pretty goddamn good.
They're good.
Okay, so the choreography was good for the most part. Well, not even for the most part. You'd say they're pretty damn good.
I would say they're good. It's just I kind of wish there's a little more leg kicking.
Right. How are the performances specifically of young Joe Cole as the protagonist?
As Billy Moore.
Billy Moore.
Excellent.
Really?
Completely wrapped up in the performance.
Wow, nice.
Really like the job he did.
He's on the uptick, man.
And the other thing about his character that I thought was kind of interesting, and I kind of like movies like this, you're not really supposed to sympathize with him entirely. Because he's like a kind of an addict, and he's very troubled.
Also from Green Room.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he was one of the band members.
Oh yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah,
kinda.
well, I think he definitely had hair.
Right. But anyway, he played a character that, you couldn't always level with him eye to eye, but at the end you kind of get the impression that even though he's kind of drug-addled,
gray in the morality sense of the word.
Yeah, you still think it kind of sucks that anyone would have to endure these conditions
right
in a prison.
Yeah. So
it's an interesting look at that.
That's interesting. It reminds me a lot of because I heard you talk about it. It reminds me a lot of a movie called Midnight Express, which is another trip and look into hey, don't ever fucking commit a crime in a foreign country, especially Thailand or Turkey. Don't fucking do it. It just sucks ass. But so did you know this movie's based on a book?
Yeah.
Do you have any interest in reading the book?
Absolutely. Because I think I'd seen somewhere that was based on a true story. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But I don't want to give away the ending, but there's a part that made me want to read the book.
Yeah.
Well, fuck it. It doesn't give anything away.
What's that?
They show you the actual guy.
Really?
Billy Moore.
Oh, is it the credits?
Yeah.
Or something?
And they just explain a little bit about him.
Neat. Well,
yeah,
it was
very cool.
Do you think it'd be interesting? I haven't read the book, but how cool would that be to read some of those fights and from his perspective or something like that? I don't know.
That's the thing is, I tried to look for if he had any fights online, but I mean, if you're doing Muay Thai in the 80s and it was just at littler shows, there's a very good chance you might not have any footage of you.
Right. That's no, I get that for sure. I mean, it definitely sounded like he was smaller time.
Well, especially because all that stuff, K1 and MMA, boxing was really the only combat sport that was superbly popular.
Right.
From, the 60s on.
Right.
MMA didn't really take off until mid 2000s.
Yeah, more recently than we like to think.
Right.
Yeah. So overall, you would say it was a very enjoyable movie, and would you say it was worth the wait? Just about. Just about.
It's just again, the fight scenes were really good. But I felt like the cinematography of the fight scenes could have been. I know this is such a nitpick, but it's kind of not. Long shots really show you how great fight scenes can look.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, that is a big complaint of a lot of action movies. Is that they just obscure the action too much.
A little bit, and I think part of that might have been one of those artistic. We wanted to show the claustrophobia of Billy's feelings, or whatever bullshit. I thought it might have been that could have been one of the choices.
Right,
but overall, it's tremendous acting.
That's good, man. Directing, good.
Yeah, I was gonna say the way everything just pieces together is perfect.
Damn.
And it was interesting. It feels sort of episodic in ways.
In good ways?
Yes.
Okay. That's good.
Because he doesn't just start fighting at the beginning of the movie.
Right.
Well, you see him fight at the beginning of the movie, but, and then he gets
not
arrested.
In prison, yeah.
He doesn't start fighting back in prison until a little bit later. And also, all of the side characters were surprisingly good.
Really?
Yeah. Because I didn't know I feel like some of them might have been, I don't know if it was the City of God approach where it was some of them were non-professional actors, but they were all really good.
I thought they did. Well, I know they shot in a real prison.
They shot in a real prison. I don't think I don't know who the other actors were, but they did a really good job. There's a couple actors who were sort of antagonists towards him. Mm-hmm. Those guys were particularly good in their roles.
Damn, nice. So
I think the coach is the coach. Mm-hmm. I think he's a real Muay Thai coach. I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
I might be wrong, but I think he might be a real coach.
So, I guess what would you give it overall?
I'd give this a 4.5 out of 5.
That's pretty good.
Very close to perfect
very
score.
Good. That's very, very good.
It's just my tiny little gripes. I couldn't help but notice they're there.
And they added up.
A little bit.
Yeah, I wanted to check it out, but I was like, part of me was still so angry at A24.
Yeah.
And like angry at just the fact that I had to rent a fucking movie for $8.
Believe me, I begrudgingly rented this.
Yeah.
But and I was like, this better be fucking good. And guess what? It was.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out, and I will report back to you what my thoughts are, but I'm sure they'll all be positive.
Right. I would say definitely check it out, and for those of you playing at home, check this movie out if you want to see a
good time?
Not exactly,
right.
But I mean, this movie makes Shawshank Redemption look like Disneyland.
Yeah.
To put, like, if we're putting the prison elements of it into play, or we're comparing prison elements, it's a gritty movie, and it's, well, I know it's a dumb cliche, but it's a movie, it really is a great movie about perseverance.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's a movie about, trying to find your own personal heaven in a hell.
Yeah, I would say there's a lot of what I really thought was very well done throughout the movie was the theme. The theme was there. Mm-hmm. The theme was very strong throughout.
Which is why,
or rather, themes.
Which is why I think that book might be an interesting read. I might pick it up myself too.
Right, I'm very interested to find out more about this guy and read the book.
Yeah, man.
So again, I would definitely recommend it. 4.5 out of 5 is my score. Thank you for listening to episode 23 of Bonus Features with Alex and Robert. I'm Alex.
And I'm Robert.
And we're signing off. And we're reminding you once again to keep up to date with all the latest Alex and Robert Bonus Features
isms
and news and what have yous. Follow us on Facebook. You can find us at Bonus Features with Alex and Robert. That's the name of the page. And of course, you can type the same thing in to find us on YouTube or on SoundCloud. So thank you again for listening. See you guys next time.